Hello and welcome to the first lockdown live interview with me, Anthony Miller, for Queer 40 magazine and Bear World mag. I couldn't have done the first interview without interviewing somebody who is known across the globe as the #1 diva. It's none other than Angie Brown. Hi, Angie.
Yeah, anyway.
Thank you for joining me from the box room for my first interview.
Thank you for asking me to get involved. I'm in the shed. It was, full of Zimmer frames and rugs and things, but we cleared it out, old babies' baths, pots and pans and old serving trays that you serve big Christmas dinners on and stuff like that. And it was just packed. And so with some help from good old Yasmin, we cleared it out, and we've got a really lovely working space. It's a bit like our fake TV studio for when I'm doing my DJing.
I love it. If we weren't in lockdown, I would actually be begging you to let me use your fake TV studio. It's absolutely amazing. But listen, talking of lockdown, how's it going? Are you surviving?
Yeah. I think I'm doing all right, really, because it's more, for me, it's about morale more than finances, really, because it's keeping your morale going, and to also inspire other people so that they don't, because it kind of knocks you, wins you. There's no way in the last 30 years that I've not worked on a Saturday night. Yeah. Well, continuously for a year. It's never happened. I've always been busy, always been out there. I think as well, not only because I'm good at my job.
Amazing. I've got a fangirl over here. Amazing.
But
amazing.
I just think that if people like you and you're not a bit of sort of like a pain in the neck and too demanding, they always get me back. And I feel really honoured about that. So I think it's a part of my job to provide some escapism and to keep other people, people who are fans or tuned into your Insta or whatever, keep them happy, because it's been a little bit demoralising not working and being locked in. That's mental. So
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, actually, I'm one of the ones that's been logging in for your sessions, actually, for your live sessions, and they've been amazing. There's been, I'm over 40 now, so it's chair dancing as opposed to skipping, but there's movement. I've got a bit of movement going on.
That's right. We're not dead yet, are we, Anthony?
We're not dead yet. I refuse to lie down. So I couldn't talk to you, of course, without talking about I'm Going to Get You, Baby. Tell us, how did that come about? I'm gonna get you, baby.
That's the version when I get into my 70s and this is all a bit wobbly, and the stomach, the diaphragm's gone, and you'll be da-da, but you can da-da. No, I shouldn't really.
Love it. It's good.
Basically, it was out in 1992. I used to go to a club called Singers, and I always used to sing Aretha Franklin. And I think, that kind of where the voice is, it's called a chest voice.
Okay.
If you can, American people, this is good, it's going out to American audience. American people naturally, I think that Irish people do it as well, and Australian people do it. It's kind of in your head, and that's my bad Aussie. But American people are like, Angie, ha! And it rings out, and we Brits are like on the throat, man.
You're right, darling. You're right, yeah.
And from having singing lessons as a child, my teacher taught me how to make that sound that the American people make. And I think that they speak like that, and plus with going to church for years, they just can, and they're like, hi girl, we're the voice is in the head, and it's got a certain clarity with it.
Yeah.
So once I, get singing classes like 2 or 3 times a week, because I'd only go for half an hour because my parents couldn't afford an hour class, and I'd be there going, hey, but if you can make those head tones, and then you can sort of make a little transition to the chest, right, chest voice. and learn to mix the two. Okay, we listen to Whitney. Whitney's really good at it. Yeah. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do that. So I used to go to the club every Monday, and everybody would sing a ballad, and I would get up and do like, I'm in a big city, but I want to be yeah, I'll just kick up the place. And I started getting standing ovations for doing, you know, for not doing a big ballad, big ballad. And I'm like singing Sister Sledge and woo, like that, and just showing off really, and having fun. And there was a talent scout there from an agency, and they were looking for somebody who could replicate Jocelyn Brown.
Okay.
Because I'm Gonna Get You is a song, a whole song, but when the 90s came around and the schoolboys got their they were Alan Sugar's Amstrad stereos, and you'd make a cassette recorder, like that. And it was like when they would challenge each other and come over, ooh, and they started doing all the mixing. Well, there was a bootleg going around, and on that bootleg it had Right on Time, and it had loads of Martha Wash, poor Martha and Lolita. They must have been in and out of court suing those people for just lifting, especially the Italians are going to get in so much trouble, especially like people just, the Europeans just said, we like this sound, we're going to take it now, you know, we're going to take it without asking for them if we can have it, right? And so basically they must have made a demo from that bootleg. Every DJ who was anybody had it. And they just said, can you just sing these two lines? And the agent that saw me at Singers said, you know, can you sound like Jocelyn? And I thought, you know, it's psychology, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been to drama school, and I thought, you know how actresses, you got the wig, you got the shoe, you got the bracelet, you got that thing that keys you into the character.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, what I've got to do is just like, you know, no disrespect to Justin, but I'm gonna pretend I'm like 35. Stop, man! Wow, and like that, and really, because you know, when the gospel singers, they don't. It's not here. Yeah. It's really in their feet and in their knees, and they're like, how long? They're doing that the whole time, and I thought, that's what you've got to do, Angie. You've got to pretend you've got a nice big bit of KFC, yeah, and you
other chicken brands are available.
I know. And I'm doing that thing what you shouldn't do. What is it? Generalizing and all that. PC.
No, it's good. I'm loving it.
You've got to get into the character. It's if you don't have the conviction, people are not going to believe you, and you're not going to believe it, and it's not going to work. So I said to them, yeah, I can sound like Jocelyn. And I thought, if I did sound like Jocelyn once before, I had to do an advert, and they said, can you sound like Jocelyn? And I did it. I put the cans on, and it was a McDonald's ad, and we literally went like this. So I go to old McDonald's now, like that. So I thought, right, I'm gonna do it again. Put the headphones on, and I heard this. I'm gonna get you back, and that voice, and I thought, I'm gonna do it. And I literally recorded it in two parts, because I said to them, can we just go for the first bit? Can we get it straight away? And they were like, yeah, we're gonna go for it. I put the cans on and took the big breath.
Yeah.
Big sort of blowjob face, sorry. But like, why waste your time? You know you're gonna be mine. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get to you, Sam.
Amazing.
So I did that. I was like, yes, let's do it. And just, if you could just do some da-da-da-da-do. And I did the da-da-da-da-do. Okay, bye. Where's my money? Bye.
and that was it?
Yeah, 3 months. I think when I recorded it, 3 months later, it was a hit. Literally.
Wow. And
do you remember Woolies? Do you remember Woolies?
Yeah, I remember going to Woolies.
It was in, you know, you walked in, da, 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 da. Oh, look, there I am on the beat. You know, it's quite
amazing.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Thank you.
Did you think when you recorded that, I'm going to be a pop star now? Or was it like, I've made a few bob, I'm going to crack on and do whatever?
Do you know what? I think I've never really, I think when I was much younger, I must have thought about the pop star thing. But then between drama school, actually having I'm Gonna Get You out was a good 10 years of doing the pubs, the clubs, the singing in all the beer gardens and doing christenings and parties and every kind of event, and I found it humbling. Do you know what I mean? I think if it happened, like the boys from Bizarre Inc., they left kind of school and DJ'd a bit and it fell into their laps, and I don't think they appreciated it as much as me. And when singers do the working men's clubs and they learn, they hone in on their craft, for me it was like when it came along, it felt like I'd really worked for this, and I didn't take it for granted. It means a lot to me, so that's why I'm not an arsehole now. I'm really sort of like, oh, you want me to sing? I'll sing for you, baby. Give me that piece of old rope.
I love it. I mean, I've seen you loads and have fangirled every time I've seen you. I think the last time I saw you actually was at the Gay Pride in Stoke-on-Trent. And you just had a knee operation, but you were still there raving, giving it the big in, and I just thought, wow, she's absolutely amazing. But in terms of the public attention, I mean, because that would have been an overnight kind of, everybody knows who Angie Brown is now. How did you handle that side of things? Was it scary, or were you like, love me babies?
Well, I think like years ago when I saw pop stars make it, mostly the 80s people, and you see this band and that one, Duran Duran, they all had massive fan bases with all their families licking and sticking and doing the posters and all that, and signed autographs. And I think that when you're sorry, I'm so glad you're getting my jokes. I think that when you're in the house world and the club world, you've got a fan base, but you won't have a fan base like Duran Duran. You just don't. Okay. And those people are a lot more cool. They will audition every track. If they don't like that one, they're not playing it. The DJ's like that, and so is your audience. So really, with when people went for it, I didn't really have a massive fan base. People just literally liked that song. Yeah. And they were everybody. Everywhere, like the nice man who does your dry cleaning and the little man round the corner, hello, in the Asian supermarket, hello, Mr. Sangeeta, yes, and I'm still singing. It says, I seen you on Top of the Pops, and my mom was giving it, oh my Angie, she's on the telly, I miss you, and then my aunts would go, yes, I see her on Top of the Pops, and and my dad was still alive. Yeah. Poor daddy, he was so confused. He was like watching me on the TV and then looking at me in the room. And I said, Dad, I pre-recorded it yesterday live. It's like, it was pre-recorded because he was like, what is right, Jamaican dad, like, what the bloody hell is going on?
I love it.
Family were proud, very proud, very, very proud of me.
Doing Top of the Pops, I mean, a huge iconic show, doing that for the first time, you must have been petrified, were you?
Oh my God, because I was in the charts with Boys to Men, and it's had me not.
I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, don't you wish that you had like a cell phone back then when you can just say, oh, can I have a selfie with you? Because I didn't have any photos. And the next time I went back, Annie Lennox was there, and amazing people like standing like 2 meters away. Oh, it's really, because they'd have another stage and it would be so lovely, and you'd be there for the whole day, so that when you did go live properly at 7 o'clock, it was like all that adrenaline had built up, but you knew exactly what to do because you'd practiced it all day long. Yeah. But it was good. I met the Boys to Men. I met certain other people that were in the charts. No.
Too Unlimited.
Yeah. I met loads of them. I had such a good time, actually. I love singing, so I loved it. Thank you.
Oh, fab. So, I mean, not to go on a Debbie Downer or anything like that, but what goes up must come down. So, you had these amazing highs, these amazing times. What about the low times? How did you get through those, and what were they like?
Oh my God, as it's so funny because you know, I forgot to say that I consider myself to be a singer rather than pop star. You know, I'm a working singer and I love my job, but when it's low, it's really low because you're still self-employed.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know the story about small independent labels. You'd have a massive hit where you can literally hear yourself out of everybody's car that's driving down the road. But this has happened to every dance diva that I know, from Rosala to Alison Limerick to this one and that one. We know that we sold records when we sold a lot of music when records were selling. And a lot of people never saw that money because it was, you know, it was my boy who had the label in his mum's front room. And then when that money came in, they didn't, you're supposed to get a share of that, whether it's, I don't know, whatever you've negotiated, a percentage, 2, 3, 4%, but you never see it. They run off with the money. So you're like, that's why so many of us are out PAing, you know, we do all the live things because we can earn a bit from the live, from the doing a live show. If you can, you know, do it live, that's what we do to get back some income, you know, because you do feel aggrieved because you feel, oh, you know, I've been totally ripped off and it feels like yet another young person being used and abused, and, you know, but you kind of can't get bitter because it's the music business. It's full of, you know, it's got some brilliant people, but it's got some proper sharks in there as well. So you just have to try and, what I decided to do was not get too bitter about, okay, the record's done this. I still get royalties because it's on the radio. I still get a nice check from America because for some reason in America, they just loved it. I mean, I went to a convention and I saw these people that were like 4 or 5 times taller than me. And I was like, hello, will you play my record? And they were like, where are you from, little lady? Like long, tall Texans. And I was like, I'm from England and I've got a new record. It's on the radio. You need to play it. And literally, American people really like that girl next door thing, and they like the manners of the British people. And the label in America left me with all these numbers to ring to thank the DJs for playing it. And sometimes you get them live on the radio and they go, Angie, where are you from? You want to do a quick interview? And I'd say, yeah, you know, you do a few idents, like you'd say, I'm listening to radio W188 whatever, and I'm Angie Brown. And when I'm in New York, I always listen to this radio station. So when I was doing that, a couple of them came on and they went, Angie, where you from? We thought you were a homegirl. I was like, yeah, mate, I'm from London.
In it.
So I was really, really proud of it. I mean, we grew up listening to, you know, the Supremes and Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder and Smokey Robinson and all the, of course you're gonna emulate these voices and Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. What are you talking about? Of course I, you know, of course, I'm gonna sound American when I'm talking. That's my soul voice, baby. When I'm talking, I'm gonna talk like this, babe.
You couldn't be any more London if you were a fish supper. Oh, fish and chips. So you're still doing the music in terms of as a singer, but you've also moved into the DJing, which you were talking a bit about earlier on. How's that going?
Yeah. Well, what happens is, along with all these gigs that I do, the festivals are massive, aren't they? You know, everybody wants a bit of Glastonbury or, you know, the Glitterbox Festival, the Defected, this one, that one, blah, blah, blah. And every big city wants to have one. And, you know, we've witnessed it more than any other time in our lives. Without the music, there's something, it's not quite right, is it? Life doesn't feel good. Anyway, so I'm going on with all these big DJs because I guess over the test of time, I'm still singing this song and still hitting the notes. Nobody can tell me that I can't do it live. And, you know, different compared to the first time when I did it in the studio. I've been doing it 30 years now, so it's not a big deal. And then I started remixing it live and go, wow, with the waist, with the waist and all that. Wow, you you know you got, yeah, because I'm hanging out with Rude Boy and my man from Spit, Grime and whatever, and you think, oh, I'm a little old lady, but can you show me how do you do the helicopter? Anyway, so basically I was doing all these big events, and I'm going on with DJs, massive DJs. And my posters are shit. You know, you've got Jazzy B, you've got this one, that one, and it's really hard to follow them and just stand there with a microphone and start singing. And I said, I thought, all them knobs, I'm going to learn what they do.
Do you know, we've all said that at some stage in our life, we've got to work out how to work all those knobs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I need to, you know, when a DJ goes on, they play a banger, and everyone goes, oh. And I'm like, they put on strings, da 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 da. Hello, I'm going to sing a song, and everyone's like looking at it. You know, you're playing to a younger audience.
Yeah. Usually
it's a family event. They're there. The mums and dads go, no, she's brilliant, stay. And the kids are like, we want the beats, mum, and she's not coming on. You've got to come onto the floor on the floor as well.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I learn how to mix play a couple of bangers at the beginning, play I'm Gonna Get You and Playing With Knives in the middle, and higher now, because higher's done really well, and then end with a couple of bangers so people are going, yeah, you know, just cheesy as you like. You know, you can even put on little mix, you can put on what you like, as long as it's a dance mix, everyone's gonna love it, and you're gonna go down a storm, Angie. And so obviously since learning, there hasn't been any festivals, but there has been online radio.
There has.
I work on LWR, I work on the 2 or 3 radio stations. I'm a guest DJ. I do like a pre-record for special occasions where people put that up. They want the visuals or they just want the audio, and I do that. People like it, and sometimes I think, what a dodgy mix, but they've gone, no, you've done all right. It sounds wicked. You know, it sounds good for a novice. So yeah. I'm loving it.
Are you able to?
Really saved me.
Oh, good.
So sorry, Anthony.
Are you able to give us a little blast of your DJing now?
You see, this is the thing. I can't. It's all set up for recording, and I didn't know how to turn it back.
Pretend it's on. Just pretend. Ad lib. Just do a bit of this.
All right, I can do some live, or I can send some to you as well.
Yeah, give us. Sing us a little tune.
Why waste your time? You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be my baby. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get to your side. I'm gonna. Just have fun with it.
You know, every time you breathe, I fall deeper in love with you. You're just absolutely amazing. You're amazing.
Don't even say that. My lovely Lou is here, and my lovely cousin Winnie, and I've been stressing them. I've got to do this thing, no, and they know that I can't take. I think it's because this, you know, I do like playing, and I do like showing off when it goes right, and I think, yeah, that clock for that. Like, I can't clap myself. Like, oh, I did it. And we got it all going, but it's just that's not coming out of the speakers, so I just take the pressure off. I said, Lou, leave it.
Take it off. Yeah, worry not. So the new single, tell us all about the new single.
It's called Higher. Bring me higher, love. Yeah, you gotta bring me. It's do you know, I'm all tired from doing that.
Oh my, I'm tired watching you.
I know, I'm trying to recreate all the instrumentation, but basically the guy Ollie Jacobs is very, very talented DJ producer, and so is DJ Dougal. I think that Dougal, they're both coming from a rave rave DJing. That's what they like. They like trance or techno and all of that. I don't like all that, darling. Nah, get out of my palm. I don't like it. Because it hasn't got enough vocals. But I think that they wanted a track out where it crosses over, and they came up with a really good backing track, which was like, whoa, when I heard it, oh my God. And it was like, write some words to that, girl, and then we record it. So maybe I took a couple of hours to go away, write it and record it. And I could not believe it when they sent it to me. My hairs went up. They said, we've got Champion Records behind it. We've done this, that, and it. You could hear people who like trance love it, people who like rave, people who like breakbeat, people who just want a mad in-your-face vocal. It's just, it ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
It ticks all the boxes. And it got released 8 or 9 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it's in a Music Week chart. So if you know anything about the charts, the Music Week chart is just outside the national charts. I mean, it's made its way through the DJ charts and the buzz charts, and this is when things nearly drop off. Yeah. And because there's every man for himself, and everyone's releasing. You know, back in the day, you probably had another 1,000 tracks against your track to get to the top 40, but now it's like the sperm, you know, trying to get to the egg, baby, trying to get to the egg. There's thousands of millions of us trying to get to the egg. Yeah, I know, it's like it is still, and it's still trying, and it's still really doing really unbelievable. And people have commented, the comments that I've received about it, saying the bulk of the production. I mean, anybody who likes your Prodigy, and you know when Prodigy did a Firestarter, it didn't matter. You like R&B, you black, you white, you what? It's like everybody knows Bohemian Rhapsody, man. That you just kind of don't. There's no genre. You just got to give props because it's that good. So when the people boom down, 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 boom down, down, boom down, hey, yeah, come on. When you heard that, you know it was a tune, isn't it?
Yeah.
So well, it's like that when you hear my da 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 da. Oh my God, you can hear that Ollie and Dougal, DJ Dougal, have used all the Prodigy sounds. It sounds so good.
Amazing.
I must admit, even for myself, I thought it sounded really good. I don't like to. I'm not a fan of my voice. I am not. And when I heard it, I thought, because I listen to things, so I don't really like it.
Yeah.
But when I heard that, I thought, no, this is a tune.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show it to my brother. And my brother Leon, you know, like when you've got a sibling, they're your worst critic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goes, Ange, that's a tune, man. That's wicked. Because when they hear the pop stuff or the stuff that's not got the bass in, they go, nah, that's foolishness, man. That's foolishness. I don't like it, man. I ain't playing. Black boys, you don't want to mess with them, mate. And then I was like, Leon, you're going to love this one. And when he heard it, he goes, yeah, man. He sent me emoji with a black emoji.
Yeah. I love it. So, after this single, what's the plan? What's the hope? What's the dreams? Where's Angie going next?
Well, the thing, I think it's higher. Higher is the dream. Higher is the nest egg, you know, darling. It's because remember, I didn't write I'm Gonna Get You. I didn't pen it. I went in the studio and copied what I heard. Yeah. And that's what they wanted, and that's the deal they came up for me with. You get a percentage, and then the man ran off with the label ran off with the money. Yeah. So, but this time, a good label, I've got publishing now, and I've got management, and they, no, that's never going to happen. Plus, I wrote it, and so this is what's going to happen. It's like I'm going to be rich. It's just I think that if it's a hit. And I think it will be in a movie. I think it will be in an advert. It's that type. It sounds like someone's running in Born Identity. It sounds like someone's running and there's a juggernaut behind them and they're like, they're running for their lives. It's that kind of music. And the way how it's hung around the charts. And remember, I'm a club artist. There's no clubs open.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I would have done a much better trade if the clubs were open, but they're not. So I think that it will get picked up in something, and I will, you know, I'll probably get to, you know, because I'm 57 now, so I'm gonna sing for another 13 years. I'm gonna retire when I'm 70, and by then, with the, you know, God and the universe and all my angels looking after me,
yeah,
I'll have a little bit of nest egg money. So, because you know, my dream is to have 3 male nurses who are gay looking after me, darling. Larry, Barry, and Harry.
Call me what you like, darling, but I'm there. I'm chief nurse.
I'm not be like that, Anthony. Like, oh, get the flannel, darling. You missed a bit.
Yeah, no, I'll be sat beside you drinking champagne going, Barry, Harry.
Come on, do it again, young man, beautiful. Come on. You know, I don't know. I just need and plus, I've got 2 boys. You want to leave a bit of a legacy.
Yeah. You
want to make sure that your estate is looked after, so that, you know, my family and my friends get looked after. Do you know what I mean? I will. You know, they should. I think I've given my heart to this industry. So with a bit of luck, I'll have a hit. I'll have a hit that I wrote. So I'll get 2 pieces of the pie. I would be the artist as well as the writer, and it's just really exciting.
I have no doubt that'll happen for you. I am absolutely convinced it's all coming, and I hope whenever it does, we can get another chat.
Oh, thank you. And you know what? I'm gonna. I don't know if you've got all the mixes. Have you got all the mixes, Anthony?
You've sent me some over, so I'm going to attach them to the article so everybody will be able to have a bit of a listen. Because I think there's different styles for different ears, isn't there? Yeah, that's as technical as I get with music, by the way.
yeah, they've done it all. They've done a dark mix and a commercial and extended, clubby, dubby, hubby. You know, they've done all the mixes. So.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Lou's very kindly put it on in the background, but I don't know, it's kind of tiny.
I definitely will.
Does it need louder?
Yeah. He's
Bring
bad.
Bring it up!
Bring it up, Lou. Yay. Yeah, babe. So we got the mix. But I wish I could play it for you on the...
Don't worry. Don't worry. I will definitely be sharing it. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Angie Brown, thank you so much. It's been amazing chatting with you. You're just an absolute superstar. And I will always be a huge fan of you. I think you're fabulous. And I wish you everything that you could possibly wish for, and more and more and more.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Yeah, bye, Anthony. Thank you, darling.